Conhecido por restaurar obras de Van Gogh, Banksy ou Picasso, para casas como a Christie's ou a Sotheby's, Matthew Goldsmith é um dos mais conceituados restauradores de arte do mundo. Responsável por recuperar muitas das obras de Highclere Castle, o famoso castelo de Downton Abbey, hoje este purista está aqui comigo, à conversa, no Purista-Barbière.
Well, I found the love of a good woman in Portugal, of course, and your food and wine. I'm passionate about all three. Yes, I think that's probably true. London is a man, I think, and Lisbon is more seductive. No. No, I don't think the world needs to be restored. I think some things are left naturally to mature and age in a way that they should be left alone, and some things should be maintained and preserved, like traditions and things. When you restore an amazing paintings are really complex because you are two sides to everything. One is, as a human being, I'm enjoying the painting, and therefore I'm viewing it in a subjective way in that I love the painting. And the other has to be an objective way where it doesn't matter who it's by or what it is. My job is to make sure it is perfectly restored. Sometimes I make people restore paintings upside down and on their side because it shouldn't matter what we feel about the painting itself. What only matters is what we are doing to the painting, and that must be objective. You can't let your emotions interfere with your work in this respect. It doesn't matter what you're working on, whether it be in New York or in Qatar or Dubai or London or Lisbon. It's about understanding the process of its creation so that you know how best to preserve it, not to interfere with it. As I say, it has to be objective. You can't add any of your personality to anything that you're working on. It has to be a purist approach. Sometimes you can spend weeks just looking at a painting before you do anything, before you decide anything, before you even consider your approach to what has to be done. Just live with it, look at it, think about it, dream about it before you decide how I'm going to proceed with this painting. So I'm hoping to start a major project. It's a large Reynolds painting on the first landing at what's now known as Downton Abbey, but is Highclere Castle, of course. Lord Carnarvon owns the castle, and he is the direct descendant of the Lord Carnarvon who discovered the tomb of Tutankhamun. And they're filming there now, and I was asked to examine the painting, and he'd like me to start work in July when they finish filming. It's a world of discovery, restoring paintings. It's astonishing what you find. I remember we had a huge painting of a lady in the most elaborate evening gown you have ever seen. It was covered in pearls, diamonds, it was just wonderful. And when we started cleaning, we realised she was completely naked. She had no clothes at all. It was Diana the Huntress. So she had a quiver here, she was holding a bow in this hand, and she had two life-sized borzoi dogs, life-sized in the painting. All had been painted out and she'd been completely clothed to hide her modesty. Well, I'm a huge fan of Picasso. For me, Picasso is probably the greatest, if not among the greatest artists who ever. He could turn his hand to anything. He wasn't just an impressionist. He wasn't just a post-impressionist. He was Picasso. He mastered every technique, took it to the best, no matter what you think of, and he perfected it. And then he got bored and moved on. He never stopped discovering and rediscovering. He painted every day. He analysed the same things over and over and over again. Take a simple painting like Déjeuner Célèbre by Manet. I went to one exhibition, he did 38 copies, albeit all different from the same subject, just to reanalyse, to rethink, to rediscover that subject. The man was a complete genius. He was Picasso. He just did exactly what he wanted, damn everyone else. Lisbon, well, I would say it's fun, it's passionate, and it's sincere. The Douro is so beautiful. I did a wine trip driving last year, and we went from the north all the way down to Lisbon through Douro and across to Alentejo and then back. It was just glorious. The passion of the winemakers, the differences in wines. They're so different from the different areas, quite distinctive. You can tell a wine blindfold where it comes from just because of the differences in the areas. I really do like beer very much. I'm a traditionalist in that I like proper beer. I don't like beer that's chemically made, proper beer made in the traditional way. I read another book and then that's my favourite book, and then I read another book and then that's my favourite book. I don't think there's any one thing. I can't say War and Peace or the Bible or the complete works of Shakespeare. No, I think everyone finds his own books. Because of my age and my memory, I would say 1967, there were three great albums, Pink Floyd, the Beatles, and The Pretty Things. The Pink Floyd was Piper at the Gates of Dawn, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, of course, and The Pretty Things was SF Sorrow. If you go to an exhibition, of course, you come away with arms full of the latest books, but there are great bookstores in all the great museums.